Today I'm going to do a step-by-step rebuild on this carburetor on my wife's bike, and then I need to change her Petcock. I'm waiting on a skid plate for this. It should be here probably by the end of the week. And then I'm going to go ahead and I robbed one of her bolts for the drain. And I'll just go ahead and put that bullet back in there and for her rear diff, and then I got 2 drain gaskets. So I don't know how bad this carburetor is going to be, but I just have a feeling it's pretty gummed up. Guess we'll find out when we get there. So I'm going to pull some of these bikes out here, make a little bit more room to work on this one, and then we'll get this one taken care of. The great thing about these bikes is, the front fenders are separate. This is separate. And then to get the airbox out, to get to the carb, just use these 2 little clips. And then the screw right there. And a screw for that hose coming up, that breather hose. And then you've got the carb out with those 2 bolts there, and pretty much done. So I'm gonna go ahead and rebuild the carb and place the Petcock on here. All right, airbox is out. So this tube here, loosen this clamp, loosen that clamp, and then pull these 2 pins out here, and it'll just slide straight out. Pretty easy bikes to work on for sure. So I just have these 2 bolts here, one there, one there. I'm gonna take this fuel line off, and then take the throttle plunger out of there, and then the carb should slide out after I take I'll take this choke cable off after I get it out. It's just easier. All right, so the other day I noticed, well, I've noticed for a while that the Petcock on this Honda this part's been sitting in the bottom of the gas tank, so definitely time for a new one. It's pretty deteriorated. I did buy a new one online, and the O-rings that it came with were basically flat washers, and it wasn't enough to, sit in this little groove here. So I ended up going to the store before I show you the difference here. This is the new one, this is the old one. You can definitely see how much is missing off there. So it's definitely disintegrated, and there's a bunch missing. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace this. But the washers that came with this, or the O-rings, were not as stout as this one that was originally on it. They were flat. And when I went to change it on the flip bike, I had to double up the washers just to get it to seal right. So I went to the hardware store and got some new ones here. This is the outer diameter and inner diameter. So these are pretty damn close to what's on there, so that should fit in there nicely and do the trick. So we'll get this opened up. I'll get this old one off just so you guys can see. Yeah, how close it is to it. So this one, has been used, so it's a little flatter than this one, but you can see it's pretty damn close. So it'll fit in there nicely and secure it in there. Squish down a little bit too, I'm sure. But yeah, like that one fits in there good because it's been squished down for a while. So let's go ahead and replace this. I am going to put some probably some RTV on one side. I'll probably just do some dielectric grease again just to lube it up. Don't need a whole lot. I just do about a little dab on my finger and kind of rub it around on there. That should help keep it from rotating or anything as I'm putting it on there. Clean your hands off. And I'm gonna spray a little brake clean, and I'm just gonna kind of wipe this down a little bit, make sure there's no dirt or chunks or anything that'll interfere with it sealing up good. So it does come with new bolts, new spacers. So just go ahead and use all the new hardware it comes with. So this is the another old ring that was on the flip bike there. So I went ahead and purchased just 2 of those O-rings, just to have. It doesn't hurt to have extra. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just put this O-ring over the new assembly here. Gonna keep it from leaking, I hope. I don't know. I understand why these are all different now. Okay, slide the new one up. Wiggle it in there. Is it not gonna fit? Nope, it's gonna fit. Oh no. Scared me there for a minute. So go ahead and do that, and then these go on, you know, just like so. And I always just put a little bit of gas in these things before I completely fill it up and make sure it's not going to leak, because it kind of sucks when they're full of gas and they're leaking. Go ahead and snug them up ever so slightly. Don't want to strip them, don't want to break them, and certainly don't want to have to buy a new gas tank. So those are just hand tight. I'm going to go ahead and pour some fuel in there, and that's where we're at with that. So your bolts, and sits flush, so I know that's O-ring is squished in there, so we should be good, hopefully. If not, we're in trouble, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I got the Wise bike back up and running. Battery, both the carb, and everything else working good.